He's Marcellus Wiley, that dude.
Yes, sir.
All right, welcome to Speak for Yourself, the most fearless show in sports. Coming up, we'll tell you if the Panthers still think Cam Newton is a franchise quarterback. And an hour from now, we'll tell you if the Chiefs should be scared of Lamar Jackson's arm. But we start today with Jalen Ramsey. The Jalen Ramsey camp is big mad at that dude, Marcellus Wiley. On yesterday's show, Marcellus had an interesting take on whether the Kansas City Chiefs should pursue the Pro Bowl cornerback who has asked Jacksonville to trade him.
Rolling the dice and saying, no, let's poach our team of a first-round pick and a starter to bring in Jalen Ramsey, who, I remind you, despite the perception and the love for his game, he was 24th ranked as a cornerback last year coming out of the season. This year, in 2 weeks, he's already dropped to 89th ranked. So if his trajectory is going south and your team's trajectory is going north, why is this a conversation? No to Jalen Ramsey.
These comments caught the attention of Ramsey's agent, David Mulugeta, who tweeted a rebuke of that dude's opinion, saying, quote, "So, Marcellus Wiley, this is what we've come to? Just say the most outlandish thing you can think of and hope you get some attention? Go poll all the wide receivers in the NFL and see where they rank Jalen Ramsey. I would expect more from you, but I guess these days it's all about shock value." Get me a gas mask. It's getting awful smoky up in here. Lord have mercy. But that's not all. Marcellus woke up the entire Jalen hive. Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson chimed in, tweeting, "I don't think I agree with this." Tennessee Titans safeties Kevin Byard and Kenny Vaccaro tweeted clown emojis at Marcellus. And in a case of Charger crime, Chargers safety Derwin James sent clown emojis to Marcellus too. And finally, Detroit Lions safety Quandre Diggs, the brother of longtime San Diego Charger and former Marcellus teammate Quentin Jammer, came at that dude's head, tweeting, "Some of these old heads get on TV and lose their minds. Marcellus Wiley, be real, dog. Quit clowning." Lord, it's smoky up in here this afternoon. But I have to say, this does feel a little bit like an overreaction. I disagree with what Marcellus said about Ramsey. I think the Chiefs should pursue Jalen. He has a chance to be the next Deion Sanders, a.k.a. Rambro. But all Marcellus did was reference the grades of Pro Football Focus. Ramsey will be the featured star of tonight's Thursday night football matchup between the Jags and the Titans. With the whole world watching, Ramsey can showcase his Rambro-like abilities and put a clown suit on Marcellus and Pro Football Focus. Is Ramsey as insecure as his camp? Will he fold under the spotlight he placed on himself with his trade demand? Is it wise for the Jaguars to even play Ramsey tonight? All right, we're joined by Fox Sports NFL analyst Eric Dickerson and TJ Houshmandzadeh. Marcellus,
Yes,
they
sir.
came for your head.
They did.
Are Ramsey and his supporters confident heading into tonight's game?
Are they confident?
Yeah.
You would think they would. And I'm going to preface all this by saying I think Jalen Ramsey is a beast. I said that yesterday. But, you know me, facts over feelings. Stats over sensitivity, y'all. And y'all just showed me some insecurity. So it's interesting. Since y'all don't like facts, I'm going to give you some more. How about you guys been targeted 17 times this year, allowed 11 receptions, 2 touchdowns, and a passer rating of 124.1? That doesn't sound too good. See, y'all bringing this out of me. I'm just going to read your numbers. By comparison, the #1 corner by Pro Football Focus is Stephon Gilmore. You know what his rating is this year? 41 opposing quarterbacks. So there is something to these numbers. And I'm going to take it even deeper and get a little personal with you. Because there was about a 3-year stretch in my career where people were arguing, was I the best defensive end out there? Some said top 5 for sure, but some were arguing he's the best out there. I'm setting franchise records for contracts. I'm out there beasting, replacing Bruce Smith. And you know what's funny about that? It wasn't the damn metric. It wasn't the damn Google search you could have ran that ever found my name as 89th ranked in anything. So that, to me, is damnation of something that you need to look into beyond how you feel about it. When I fell off, all of them said I was 89 or whatever. And Jalen Ramsey has not fallen off. But Jalen Ramsey has a style of play that is not being supported by the scheme he's in, and then you are in that crossroads. We've all been there as players. Man, if they call this, if they let me do this. The ballers, when I was balling, it didn't matter. But now it's mattering for these agents. And it's interesting, a bunch of agents hit me up about this, like, David tripping, but I ain't gonna get involved with this, but let me tell you how this goes. There's a difference between being an agent and being representation. And what's happening now is that these millennial agents getting certified in glamour school get their feelings hurt, enable their same players to go on GQ and clown every quarterback. But then when you come back with some facts, some numbers, some metrics, they can't take the same smoke they deliver. But representation knows that I am preparing and representing a professional athlete in a professional manner for not just the game of football, but the game of life. So, David, you don't know me, I don't know you. We can keep that way or we can break bread. Either way, I'm still gonna start talking with these facts and I'm gonna end with these facts. Your feelings, no concern of mine.
Man, they ain't coming at Marcellus no more.
They ain't coming at Marcellus no more.
Don't do this. I got more.
Let's answer the question. Are his supporters confident heading into tonight's game? I would be. Mariota isn't the quarterback that's going to scare you. They don't have a receiver on the Titans that's going to scare them. Now, when I look at Jalen Ramsey, me being a former receiver that played, I think he's a good DB. And you look at the pro football.
He could be offended by that. Good DB.
When you say good, I don't know who's the best because I'm not playing against him. I would rank him top 3.
Based off his performance this year and last year?
I mean, if you look, you look at Pro Football Focus, he's been pretty consistent every year. 102 targets in 2016, 106 targets in 2017, 97 targets in 2018. He's given up 54, 57, 53 catches. That's pretty consistent in a 3-year span.
Yeah.
Same amount of yards, give or take. Same amount of interceptions. Same amount of PBUs, give or take 1 or 2. And so he's been pretty consistent. How they grade this, I don't know. But statistically, he's been pretty consistent. Now, this is what I will say. I trained a guy this year that was in Jacksonville. And I said, how good is Jalen Ramsey? He straight up, dog, he the truth. That's what he told me. And that's all I can go off of.
Right.
Keelan Doss said to me, God, he's the truth. And I wasn't able to play against him. When I watch him, he seems to be one of the better DBs in the game. But yeah, Marcellus hurt some feelings yesterday. And to me, like, why they make it personal? All the clown stuff, come on, man.
No, take the clown stuff. I just laugh at when they don't like what they want to hear. I never got into that zone when I played.
We didn't have emojis and all that stuff. we didn't have all that kind of stuff. You know, you said it best. You know, when a guy that played against you, or like we're not playing now. We're not there every day. But other players, Deshaun Watson says, you know, hey, this guy can play. When as a former player, and you know this as well as I do, Marcellus, and so do you, TJ. You know, when guys can play, you know who can play and who can't play. When you're on the field, the guy may not have the greatest number. You're like, hey, dog, this guy can play. He balling. You might not see it. It's sometimes it's the intangibles. It's the things you can't. It's not always about the numbers. You know, football focus don't play football. They just give you their thoughts. They ain't covered nobody.
Right.
One thing about a defensive back is I've got to guess where you're going. I'm the receiver. You know, when you break the huddle, you know your route, don't you? I'm over there. I've got to guess where you're going every play. You know, so for sure, when you hear other guys say, hey, man, like you said, he's the truth. You got to take that for what it is.
The thing I would say, though, Eric, is why I think they're a little bit shaken here is because the guys at Pro Football Focus are the same types of guys that make decisions on what your trade value is.
But they make...
So if the Jacksonville Jaguars are sitting there, we want 2 first-round draft picks for this guy, and Jalen wants out of there, and he wants someone to give that up, but the evaluators are saying, hey, there may be a problem here. Let's be a little bit careful. That's what scares them. If his stock was seen across the board at what his ability says it should be, I think teams are quicker to give up what Jacksonville's asking for.
You say what they want. You say what they want. Hey, I want a Jerry curl back again, too. Like, yeah, I want
And the goggles, right?
what you want and what you get is 2 different things.
But look, Whitlock is onto it. You got to follow the money to see where this is really going. David was upset that he thinks that my opinion could affect the money of his client in terms of trade value in his next contract. When last time I checked, ain't nothing I could... When I was getting it, bruh, I don't care who criticized it. They had numbers. They had film. You can't out-talk that. So I don't know why you offended now and you want me to get in the echo chamber with you and say only glowing things when they are actually in any negotiation going to push back on you and they're going to use things like this. So it's amazing that numbers support your argument until they don't support your argument. So, David, you got clients out there that are balling out of control. You got Derwin James, Charger, my guy. I don't care what he thinks of me. I'm a clown, but to me, you still a beast. 5th ranked Pro Football Focus. I bet you David
They teammates in college, though. He gonna defend them.
No. I ain't mad at that. But I'm talking to David, who's gonna use that 5th rank upstairs one day and say, you know, my guys are the top 5 in already 1 year. It's good for you, but it ain't bad for you. Which way do you want to play that? So I got a real issue.
But I'm gonna tell you what their real fear is, again, because yesterday when you said those things, and just by even pointing the finger like, hey, here's where Pro Football Focus, it made me go, oh, I need to take a closer look.
And I gave you a closer look today.
Right. But when you
keep getting close, too. How close you want to go?
So that's a narrative they want to avoid for the reasons you're talking about. They want people to trade for him. And when he gets traded, he wants to be the highest paid defensive player.
Well, this is not the way to go about that if you don't want this narrative out, because y'all actually put it out. I mean, our show, we got a lot of ratings going around here. It's good, but y'all helping it, which is not helping your cause.
I probably need to understand the Pro Football Focus rankings a little better. I don't know how your 91.3 rating in 2017, and you gave up more receptions in 2017 than you did in 16 and 18. And so I don't know how all this stuff is graded.
Yeah.
Off the eye test and just watching him play, he's one of the best DBs in the league. And it's another thing.
No question.
When you're in Jacksonville and you're losing and you feel like you don't have, they had one good year when he was there. Sometimes, and it sucks to say, you just kind of go through them. I don't want to be here no more, man.
That's it.
I don't want to play, man.
That's the guy teams are afraid to pay.
But no, this is the thing, though, Jason. When guys that are true competitors, when you pay them, they want more. He the type of, the way he had A.J. Green lose his cool. A.J. Green don't even talk. He had a guy lose his cool during the game because he was in his head so much. He's the type of guy, you pay him, he's going to want more. You put him in a winning situation, a good environment, I believe he's going to thrive.
But once again, we get back to the same thing I said before. Everything can't be conducive to just you. This is a team game. We can't just run press man, Jalen. I know you are a beast in press man. Not the same in zone. But sometimes it calls for zone. Oh, I got to put you in a winning situation to get winning performances and you to buy in. Another team is leery of that because everywhere you go, there you are. What happens when we face adversity on this new team? What happens when we get that bump in the road on this new team? You already showed me your psychology,
when you say face adversity in Jacksonville, that's adversity every week.
I played 2 years and didn't get 1 sack. I know what adversity feels like.
So that's a different type of, you play with a team like the Chiefs, what adversity are they hitting with Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid?
That's the difference.
That's a different ballgame.
Oh, everybody can play on the winner, huh?
It makes it easy. Look, you've heard me say this before. When you winning, I don't care what's going on. He can keep getting beat, but they winning. Man, we having a good time over here. It don't even matter almost when you're winning. If he goes to, I'm just saying, if he does go to the Kansas City Chiefs, they see something that maybe Football Focus don't see. They say, hey, look, he fits our scheme. He fits our defense.
Well, they see what most everybody sees, potential.
It's just he can play. It's not
he's a beast, too. Production and potential.
Hey, you put him with Pete Carroll style of defense? Oh, man.
Yeah.
That style of defense in him, he'll be the best DB in the league.
We like to have
with that style of defense.
All right, quickly here. Do you all agree he's on the trading block? There seems to be thoughts that on Friday he can get traded. He's going to play tonight against the Titans. Is that smart for the Jaguars to do?
Yeah, it is smart. And I know it's a little counterintuitive in terms of why would you put him out there at the injury risk. But this is the problem. If you're Coach Marone, you're like, I got 52 other dudes who know that there's no safe place between I want to be traded, but you're still on this roster.